Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
That's great.
Yeah.
Excellent. My name is Javier.
Hello, happy yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Javier. Yeah. It's nice to meet you. What is your name?
My name is Paul.
Paul.
Yeah.
Okay, Paul. So you are in. Don't tell me. Wait. Uh, don't tell me. We're going to talk a little more and I will tell you where you are from. So, thank you for booking my class today, Paul. Um,
hmm
I'm in Dominican Republic.
hmm
Have you heard about this country before? Do you know Dominican Republic?
Yeah, I know your country, and
Oh,
maybe it's the in uh South American.
South. Yeah, it's like next to Cuba and Jamaica. It's in the Caribbean Sea.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have you come to this area before?
Unfortunately, I have no experience to travel your country.
Okay, okay. Very nice. Well, so yeah, this is my country. It's a beautiful island with beaches and mountains everywhere. So
Yeah.
many people from the United States, Canada, and European country come to my country for vacation
hmm
because it's warm temperature here. It's a warm tropical weather
Uh-huh.
in my country. hmm
Oh.
So many people come here for vacation. hmm
hmm
So you are in Taiwan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
In
told you I
Taiwan.
was gonna tell you. Yeah, the accent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering why you know my country, so oh, maybe my
Yeah,
uh, uh, accents, yes,
the
it
accent.
show our country.
Yeah, it tells me your nationality, where you live.
Yeah,
Mhm. So, you've been. Let me see. What do you do for work? You are living in Taipei.
yeah, yeah. I am living in Taipei. Yeah,
Oh, so what do you do for work?
I do for work. Uh, work as a interpreter and translator between Japanese and Mandarin Chinese.
Wow, so you speak good Japanese.
I think the reason why I can speak Japanese is because I stayed in Tokyo for 4 years for my master degree and for my job.
Oh, okay. Nice. So is it good? This is a good job there, interpreting.
Basically, yes, because I got three times salary in in Japan. Yeah, it's a big money.
I didn't understand. I'm sorry. Can you repeat again? You got what?
uh, I get when I in Japan, I got a job and got the three times salaries than my than the work I am doing now
Okay,
because
but now you are
yeah
an
yeah
interpreter, right?
yeah
So is it good payment now?
yeah it's better
Like,
than now.
no, no, but I'm not talking about the job you had before. I'm talking about the job you have now as an interpreter.
Okay.
Yeah, now. Is it like
Okay.
above average payment in Taiwan? Is it above the average?
Maybe it's only average. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So you work for a company or for yourself, by yourself?
Oh, I work for a company, and our company, uh, you know, is a mobile game maker.
Mobile game maker.
Yeah,
Oh,
we made some mobile games and published to the markets in Taiwan and Japan.
okay. Interesting. Very interesting.
Mhm.
All right. So, what was your master degree that you were doing in Japan? What was your master degree?
I majored in business administration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you have a lot of opportunity in Japan now because now with the new law that is coming up in April
Hmm.
for immigration and work, you got maybe you can get some nice opportunities there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, I envy you. I want to learn your language. I want to learn Mandarin, but it's very difficult. The pronunciation is super ultra mega difficult.
Oh, I think people always say that, especially for foreign, I don't know how to say it, Westerner, they are very difficult to Mandarin Chinese learning. They are they are struggles with them. Mm, but I think, yeah, it's very hard for, yeah, foreigners because, the later Chinese Mandarin Chinese later, no, it's nonsense, for especially for foreigners.
You mean learning Chinese, learning Mandarin?
Yeah, yeah, because
That
we use a lot of later to express our meaning. But I think it's too difficult to it's too difficult for Westerner because they they have never seen these kinds of letters.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's entirely different. The letters are different. But you
yeah,
think, but I mean, but it's possible. It's possible to learn to speak it at least, right?
yeah, yeah. It's possible.
So
Yeah,
I think it's not. Maybe it's not so necessary to learn all the characters.
yeah. I think you are correct because if you put yourself in China or Taiwan, I think maybe about around 6 months you can speak um, you know Chinese. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm gonna learn it. I'm
okay,
gonna learn Mandarin one day. You can
yeah,
have that for sure.
yeah.
It's difficult, but I'm gonna learn it. I have no other choice. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, Paul. I
Yeah,
noticed you selected a daily news article, right?
yeah.
Okay, you can tell me the title and I'll go there.
Video games used as learning tools in schools.
Nice. So we can start. You want to start from the vocabulary?
Yeah.
You want to read by
Okay.
yourself or you want to repeat after me?
I'm wondering if I can repeat after you.
Very, very good. So the first one is misbehave,
Misbehave.
to behave badly.
To behave badly.
My son always gets in trouble for misbehaving at school.
My son always gets in trouble for misbehaving at school.
Improvement,
Improvement.
the act or process of becoming or making someone or something better.
The act or process or becoming or making someone or something better.
Your work has shown a lot of improvement since last year.
Your work has shown a lot of improvements since last year.
Mm. Requirement,
Requirement.
something that must be done.
Something that must be done.
A university degree is a requirement for many occupations these days.
A university degree is a requirement, requirement,
Requirement.
requirement for many occupations these days.
Hmm. Okay, approach,
Approach.
a particular way of doing something.
mm, a particular way of doing something.
This approach is not likely to work.
This approach is not likely to work.
Empathy,
Empathy.
The ability to understand and share other people's feelings.
The ability to understand and share other people's feelings.
He showed empathy for his troubled friend.
He showed empathy for his troubled friends.
Okay, very well, Paul. Ready for exercise 2?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, the first paragraph says, okay, Dag Hammarskjöld. Okay, Dag
Hammarskjöld. Okay.
Dag Hammarskjöld Middle School in Wallingford, Connecticut is one of the few U.S. schools using video games to get students more interested in what they're learning.
Das Hammarskjöld, a middle school in Wallingford, Connecticut. Connecticut is one
Connecticut.
of Connecticut. It's one of the few United States schools using video games to get students more interested in what they are learning.
Mm-hmm. The students play a video game called Classcraft. Classcraft. In which,
it
like
sounds
Minecraft,
like
right?
Warcraft.
Yeah. But the class, this one is Classcraft, in which they're required to complete a number of challenges. For each correct answer, students receive points that can be used to buy things in the game or real life rewards. They can also have their points taken away if they misbehave.
The students play a video game called Classcraft, in which they are required to complete a number of challenges. For each correct answer, students receive points that can be used to buy things in the game or real life reward. They can also have their points taken away if they misbehave.
Mm-hmm. It says Jenna Gurga, a teacher at Dag Hammarskjöld, says she has seen student improvement since she began using Classcraft in 2017.
Gina Guga,
Yeah.
a teacher at Dag Hamas Hamas
Hammarskjöld. Yeah.
Okay. Says she has been a student improvements since he began using Classcraft in 2017.
New York City Middle School Quest to Learn was one of the first public schools to use game-based learning when it opened 10 years ago. Researchers have followed the school in order to learn about the impacts of game-based learning on students.
New York City middle schools Quest to Learn was one of the first public schools to use game-based learning when it opened 10 years ago. Researchers have followed the school in order to learning about the impacts of game-based learning on students.
In the last school year, 43% of Quest to Learn students met state requirements for students tested in English. This compared to 41% of students across the whole city. However, 29% of the school students met state requirements after being tested in math. This was lower than 33% who met the state math requirements across the city.
In the last school year, 43% of Quest to Learn students meet state requirements for students tested in English. This compares to 41% of students across the whole city. However, 29% of school students meet stats requirements after being tested in math. This was lower than the 33% who met the stats math requirements across the city.
But Ross Flott of the Institute of Play, the organization that developed Quest to Learn's game-based approach, says studies have shown that students taking part in this kind of learning do show growth in important areas such as teamwork, creative thinking, and empathy.
But Ross Pratt of the instruments of play, the organization that developed Quest to Learn's game-based approach, says studies has shown that students taking part in this kind of learning do show growth in important areas such as teamwork, creative thinking, and empathy.
Yeah. However, Christopher Devers, an education researcher at Johns Hopkins University, says his review of students on game-based learning suggests it affects students in negative ways.
However, Christopher Devers, an education researcher at Johns Hopkins University, said his review of studies on game-based learning suggests that it affects students in negative ways.
It affects. It affects.
It affects.
Mm-hmm. Very well, Paul. Are you ready for exercise 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So when did New York, remember you can ask me any question at any time, okay? All right.
Remember. Yeah.
When did New York City Middle School Quest to Learn open?
It opened 10 years ago.
That's good. What percent of Quest to Learn students meet state requirements in math?
There is 29% of the school students met the state requirements after being tested in math.
You got it. Is game-based learning good for students, according to Christopher Devers?
He's saying it affects students in negative ways.
In negative ways, yeah.
In negative ways.
He says it's not good for them.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do the discussion part. Tell me your thoughts on these, on the use of game-based learning in schools. What is your professional opinion on it?
Actually, we made some games in mobile, in smartphone, but I think it's not way. It's not a good way to use the game to make someone learning, because I don't know how to say this, because you learning as a game should be separated, because if you learning by reading some books, it's like you pay more attention to your learning. But if you play some game, you only to enjoy the game, and it's very difficult to make you learning very well.
Yeah, to improve your learning, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it common for students in your country to use technology in the classroom?
I think nowadays, especially some college students, they will use their iPads or Surface to make some notes in the classroom.
And it's allowed. It's not a problem in schools.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, if you were a teacher, would you consider using video games in the classroom?
I think if I were a teacher, I would not to use any video games in my classroom.
Okay. No video games here. This is a serious class, right?
But I will try to my best to make my class more, more funny. Yeah.
Make it funnier.
Yeah, funnier.
Okay. Very well. In your opinion, what's the best way to get students interested in what they're learning?
It's a very difficult question. How can I say this? I think I will use a lot of video or sound to make the class funnier, and just make my student to relax in my classroom and try their best to remember the knowledge as more as they can.
Okay. Very well. Yeah. That could work, I think. And so you want to say make it more interesting, right? Make it more interesting or more appealing to the students. Instead of saying making it funnier, you can say making it more interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Which classes did you have the most? Okay. Which classes did you have the most fun in when you were in school?
I think it will be Japanese school, Japanese class, because
When you were in Japan?
and when I in college too, I when I in the university, I got the second language as Japanese, and I learned it's very the Japanese class was very funny for me.
Okay. That's good. But okay, but why was it funny? Like Japanese? But why was it funny?
Because in Japan there is a lot of subculture, just like the anime or comic. A lot of Japanese learning they start their Japanese because they are fascinated with anime or drama, and they start their learning.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Do you think you'd make a good teacher?
Actually, I'm in try to teach someone about my knowledge. I am good at Japanese, and maybe it I can do it as well. Yeah, just thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Very well. It says, what school subjects were you least interested in?
It will be history.
History.
Yeah, history.
You said what's in the past stays in the past. Don't talk to me about the past. Talk to me about the future. right?
but it's very important to know what happened in the past. Yeah.
Of course, of
Yeah.
course. When you understand the future, I mean, when you understand or know history, you understand the present better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. So I think it's also important. Actually, that was one of my favorite subjects in school, history. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, it's great.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry for you, Paul, but I enjoyed it. Paul, it was good to talk to you today. It was good to meet you.
It's very happy time. Yeah.
Of course. We had a nice time today, so I hope we can talk again pretty soon.
Yes.
Hmm. Enjoy the rest of your night. It's nighttime there. Here is
Yes.
noontime. I'm
Yes.
gonna have something to eat now.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
mm,
So
it's almost
yeah,
bedtime.
almost no, it's not
Almost.
almost bedtime. It's 1 a.m. in Taiwan. I mean, at
Yes.
1 a.m. I'm very, very far in bed. You know. So have a good sleep. I hope to see you soon. Take care.
Okay. Take care and see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. 他的口音好重哦。